Ladies and gentlemen, and fight fans around the world, this is All Access MMA.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? This is Torres with All Access MMA. We got another hard-hitting interview this week. Today we got Joshua Franco, fresh off his victory over Andrew Maloney, new WBA Super Flyweight Champion of the world. Josh, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Oh, man, pretty good. First of all, I want to say congrats on your victory. I know that was a couple weeks ago, and you probably hear that a lot nowadays. Congrats. And I know it's been a couple weeks since your victory over Maloney, but I did notice that after the fight, some of your post-fight comments, you were saying that it was a great feeling. I know that moment was something that you dreamed about or worked about your entire career to get to that moment. And I know after the fight, you said it hasn't exactly hit you. I'm sure it has now. But if so, can you kind of walk us through the emotions of, and responsibilities of being a world champ?
Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing, just the difference is that I have a world title now, it was a dream that I wanted to accomplish since I was a kid. And to finally, be a world champ and be a role model for some of the kids, it's a good feeling because I was once, little and wanted to be world champion. So, just gotta work even harder now.
Gotcha. Now, I know training with Robert Garcia, and out of that camp, I was doing a little studying on my own prior to the interview. Saw that you're the 13th fighter to be champion with under Robert Garcia. Now, obviously, he's doing something right. Can you give us some perspective on how intense it is to train with them, or anything like that? Just being there with him as a mentor.
Yeah, of course. Having Robert and the whole team in the gym is a huge advantage because they've been around about the boxing game so long. They have all the experience, and they always push me and all the other fighters in the gym to the limit. Every time we have a fight, we're always working hard. Just not there to play games. Just there for strictly business, and that's to work hard.
Okay, appreciate that. Now, I did want to ask this because over here, I'm a contributor for All Access MMA, so we do a lot of strictly MMA news, content. We do keep up with a lot of boxing. We just don't cover it. Me being from San Antonio, you being from San Antonio, obviously that was some big news. So we're definitely keeping an eye on that fight, especially with Hector and Tananaha Jr. fighting next week on the Zone. So we're all keeping an eye on that. But I did want to ask you, we've seen guys like Conor McGregor kind of cross over into the boxing world. Now, you got Twitter beef going on with Ryan Garcia and Henry Cejudo. I don't know, it's like the whole quarantine thing, but you've been seeing it kind of more often where you see MMA guys going after boxing guys or boxing guys going after MMA guys. There's not a lot of crossover, but you see a lot of talk, and you start seeing some more guys being open to a crossover. I wanted to ask you, first of all, are you an MMA fan? Second of all, do you ever see yourself in the future kind of crossing over into the world?
Oh yeah, I enjoy watching MMA. It's a really tough comeback sport. It's always blood, guts, and and war with MMA fighters. I'll tell you, it's way tougher than boxing. At least it looks like they're using elbows or using everything they do to win. And I'm a big fan of MMA, but I don't think I would see myself going over to MMA after boxing. It's just not something I would do. It's too brutal.
Yeah. Say in the future, I don't know any MMA guys' names to throw out. I know a couple, but I'm not going to throw any names out. Say in the future, if somebody came after you that they wanted to come in the boxing world, to see how, to test their boxing skills against you, would you see yourself accepting a challenge like that sometime down in the future? I know that sounds kind of silly, but, if that were to happen, do you see yourself kind of accepting a challenge like that?
Yeah, why not? And put a little show on for the fans and all the people that love boxing MMA. Mayweather did it with McGregor, so why can anybody else do it with another MMA fighter?
Gotcha. Now, I know. Speaking of Hector Tanaraja Jr. He's got a big fight coming up next week on the Zone on the 24th in the co-main event of that card. I've seen some interviews where he talked about, y'all's friendship, y'all's training, stuff like that. And I know at the end of the day, it's his fight. He's going to do what's best for him, his coaches, his staff, and himself, more importantly, when he's in the ring. But is there any advice for like certain training techniques that you are helping him with or going to help him with prior to his fight?
Well, we're always working in the gym together. We never spar or nothing, but when we train, we're always by side, with the same strength and conditioning coach on the bags, everything we're doing together. So, we kind of motivate each other. We're watching each other and we pushing each other. Same with other people in the gym. But since me and Hector had that San Antonio connection, which is different. We were brought up together and stuff. So being there with each other, it's motivating to both of us, and we both kind of feed off of each other's work.
Gotcha. And I think especially like being from down here, we really appreciate that, like, that culture, that San Antonio culture. Is that something like you and Hector? I know this may be hard, maybe answer for him, but like, a guy like you, San Antonio, now world champion, to kind of, put San Antonio on the map. Do you carry that sometimes going into the ring, or you just kind of not even think about that? Is you strictly just focus on your opponent? Is that some of the stuff that kind of goes through your mindset during fight week?
Yeah, it does. Especially leading up to my last fight. There's very few champions that come out of world champions that come out of San Antonio. So, to be one of those few, it's a good feeling. And I know Hector soon is going to be world champion himself, and it's just a whole nother era. With this with the young fighters coming up. So just of course we go into the ring with that San Antonio mindset. We need to bring the city back to where it was before.
Yeah, no, I'm excited for that, and definitely looking forward to your future fights and his fights as well. Now, I know, going back to being a champion, now you're the one with the target on your back. You know what it was like to, set your eyes on somebody else, upper ranked or go after the champion. Now you're in that spot. So for Maloney, you handled him pretty well. I don't know if a rematch makes sense for you. I know that's something that you and your camp will go over. But I wanted to ask, like, already being a little past midway through the year, is there a chance that we see you again in a boxing ring before 2020 is over? And if that is the case, are there any names out there of any possible fights or upcoming challengers that you can see yourself defending your belt against?
Yeah, I mean, as far as I know, I think the rematch, he had a rematch clause in the contract, so that's probably going to happen probably before the end of the year, before the year ends. And I want all the world champions. I want Roman Gonzalez, Gael Estrada, Derwin and Cajas, anybody with a belt. I want to unify and make even bigger fights for all the fans to enjoy. I want to leave a legacy and just be remembered as one of the greats. So I want to fight all the best.
Gotcha. Hey, well, Josh, I really appreciate your time today. Now, before I go ahead and let you go from this interview, I just want to, I'm going to pass over the platform to you. Is there anything you want to let the fans know, where to find you, anything like that?
Yeah. First off, thank you for your time. Thank you for reaching out to me, and all the fans can follow me on Professor Franco on Instagram and Twitter, Joshua Franco _. And thank you for the support, bro, and appreciate it.